All right, Monday, holy
Tuesday.
Tuesday? All right, Tuesday it is. I believe you. All
Do you want this at the top or the bottom?
right, it doesn't matter. It probably there is. It's good to go. So all right.
Look at an hour. Yeah.
Okay, so we will get started. This is our module system goes business planning, marketing, helping buyers, helping sellers. So we're just through the helping sellers module. And now we're into the business planning section. So this will take, I think we're probably good for 2.5 weeks on this. I think it's 5 sessions total. So depending on if there's a sales meeting or anything like that in between, we should be finished this in the next couple weeks, I should say, probably more accurate. 2.5 weeks anyways, max. And how many stupid orders on my desk? Sorry, I apologize.
I go by the hour.
Yeah, I know. Okay, we'll move on. So this will be kind of the first module of business planning. And I think kind of the most important part of setting your foundation to what's going to happen moving forward. And I think a couple of the more experienced agents in the room will probably be able to kind of vouch for a lot of this, but the business planning module is one that typically you'll have to go through 3 times before it kind of sinks in how important certain things are. But they are very, very important to the success of your business and kind of the foundation of what you do. So I'm not a massive, I guess, like the business planning, maybe a poor term, but it is definitely planning your business and planning how you're going to do things going forward. And it's never too early to start to establish what you think will work and what won't work, and then course correct after that. So we'll jump into, I think, all things related to getting your business set up and then planning your business. And for me, this is more important for me than anything, because I think this planning your business helps you to structure how you market, and your success in marketing helps you determine whether you have clients or not. So either sellers or buyers. So business planning helps you with your marketing. Thank you. Thank you. So business planning helps you with your marketing. Marketing helps you develop clients. And 70% of what we should be doing every day is marketing. So you'll be able to kind of get an idea of some different marketing techniques. But figuring out how to plan to be able to list them, I like it.
Oh my God. Well,
Okay. Excuse me.
Hey.
Hey, you're the only one let in, so come on in. She said what?
I said, am I gonna get in trouble? I'm late, and she's like, no.
I'll go with her.
So sorry.
Great. Okay, so here we go. Business planning. Couple things you need to start to think about, and these are things that you should start to put on paper. We'll do a couple exercises today. Who is it? Who?
It's open.
Why is it Zalvin?
Yeah, I forgot to lock it. That was my fault.
It's locked from now on.
I'm sorry.
You can sit here. That's
Oh.
It's just more of an interruption now. Whatever, still more satisfying. Okay, so unique advantage. We're going to talk about your ideal client. Have paper with you for these sessions, or a way to record what we're talking about. Whether it's on your phone or laptop. I don't really care. If you're on your phone to be working on this, great. If you're not, go somewhere else. Which is also okay. Like you guys step out, that's not a problem at all. And that's not a negative, sorry. So straight up, if you're working on something else, just step out. I have no problem with that whatsoever. We're realtors, we're busy. We have other things that we're doing. So if that trumps what you're doing here, that's absolutely 100% fine. And I'm not even being. He's done this before. Totally casual. Alright.
You tried so hard.
I think you can walk those things too, look at it. With locks on them.
Okay, next time we know.
Next time we'll lock the whole place down. Alright. So the first thing you want to start to think about is not what you can't do, but the advantages that you have coming into this. And the reason why I believe people fail in this business is because they don't take advantage of their unique attributes. Everybody thinks they have to come in here as a salesperson, with certain skill sets that are all focused on sales. Those definitely help, but you can be anything. You can be, you can come from any background, whether it's cultural, business, absolutely anything. And I think, we're about 120 people trained so far in the academy, and 95% are still in the business. So 4, I think, maybe actually 5. I don't know what the number is, but I think 5 people are not in the industry anymore. But it's because they were able to, the 95, it's because they were able to accept and understand that they had unique advantages. And instead of those unique attributes being disadvantages, you have to kind of just own them and lean into them. Yes, you wanted to start a different career, but you don't need to become a different person. Okay, so I think that's really, really, really important to consider while we go through this. But while you're frustrated, I think it's a bad example. It's a terrible example, but I'll use it. Alex Flynn, one of our first Academy members, who's also actually one of the 5 that aren't in the business anymore. But anyways, I'll use her as an example. Tiny little thing, super young, loved pets, and she kind of leaned into that love for pets in terms of her marketing. And I think she was always kind of uncertain about her age and her demeanor. Like, she definitely she's
She's
tiny.
young and small.
Yeah, young and tiny. And so I think she did like itty bitty something. Yeah, itty bitty Realtors. So she kind of, eventually she leaned into it. And then she started having a lot more fun when she went into her actual strengths. So yeah, don't think of your strengths, your weaknesses as something that will hold you back. Just figure out what the opposite is, what your strengths or what you like to do. And doing things you enjoy doing is a beautiful part about this business. We can choose what to do and what not to do. And when we are doing things that we have unique attributes for, it's a lot more enjoyable than when we're trying to like put a square peg in a square, whatever. But put a peg in a peg. So I mean, so I'm gonna try to bring that out of each of you to at least start thinking about what those unique traits are. And they're almost always be perceived by yourself as your disadvantages. Almost always your disadvantage in your mind. So think of it like that too. And so diverse skills mean diverse clientele. Usually when you come in with a skill set and you design your marketing and your planning around that skill set or that personality style, you'll start to find clients who share that same interest, diverse skill, whatever it might be. Okay. And I think that over time, if you stay in the business, you'll develop into having this skill set that matches sellers or buyer skill sets or attributes that match the two. I think every example of anybody who's been in this business for more than 10 years, they work their sphere of influence and people are attracted to them and they participate in the places where those clients are. And there's no reason you can't do that now. No reason you can't do that now. You don't have to go through the trial and errors that somebody who's been in the business for 10 years and survived goes through. You can start from scratch, like right now. which is a great advantage as well. We also came here from some kind of background. And it, like, you might have been, I think, Mike, recruiting. We've all come from some kind of job typically. Some may own or have owned businesses, but typically you come from an environment where you're very, not regimented, but I think like there's tasks that are determined by somebody else for you to do. And the skill sets that those, like successfully executing those tasks will be transferable skills to what you're doing here. And I don't care if it's admin, I don't care if it's sales. Two extremes I've seen are, I don't. So somebody with like a corporate admin background versus somebody with car sales background, like who are like a hardcore sales professional. Both of which have done great and been very successful. So I think there's absolutely everything in terms of jobs between those two extremes. And we'll call them extremes just because they seem like extremes, but so right from hardcore admin to hardcore sales, everybody in between has skill sets that are transferable to real estate. Let me ask, maybe just go around the room because some people are so new. Backgrounds, like in terms of business or anything. I know there's former, like current students, former students, so that's okay too, but tell us, well.
Well, worked mostly like a bunch of like sales type jobs, like tech and just like several too.
Yeah.
I managed a pizza for like 1.5 years.
Get out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Did not know that. See, there you go. That's why it's good to ask. And think,
Yeah, I have a really sales background from India, W medical representative. Medical.
yeah, okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
So now I work in at Royal.
Yeah.
So, okay, right.
Yeah.
So,
Lots of skills.
lots of,
Daniel?
Probably about a decade in restaurants, whether it's actually more than a decade, probably if I count kitchen jobs. Serving, bartending and construction, both road and carpentry. And then now I'm in the car business. So I started in car sales and now I'm in finance.
Nice. Very good.
Lots. I've done lots.
Very good.
are you currently doing the car business too?
Yeah.
You don't look that age, you know.
Well, I'm a student as long as I can remember. Yeah, I don't know, I help my dad with marketing.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think there's tons of skill sets, so it's awesome.
Same thing, just a student now, I'm starting to help my dad with the construction side of things.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay, I've done farm. I was a makeup artist for almost 20 years.
Making products?
I was a makeup artist.
Oh, makeup.
Makeup artist for almost 20 years, 7 years for Givenchy. I also run a multi-million-dollar business when I'm working on contracts. So. Yeah, that was my other, that's the other side of brain. I've been a mom since I was 19, so that's mostly.
That's the hard job.
Yeah.
It's paying off now.
That's the special management, you need
Yeah.
to manage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just little part-time jobs in the past too, like waitressing, working at a bakery stuff. And then I was a real estate assistant before I got my license for a few years.
Quite a few years.
Okay, my educational background is dentist. After I moved here from India, I work as a dental assistant. Then I help my husband in like his restaurant business. Now I own supplement store and full-time mom of twin toddlers.
Oh, no.
I also work with a fertility issue group, so I support them. And I'm the one who also suffers, so yeah, I help couples who are suffering from infertility.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'm a full-time realtor now.
Nice.
Okay, I am currently retail owner in small town.
Yes.
And I worked as a electrical technologist. And back in my home country, I work as an electrical engineer.
and technical trainer in German company and Japanese company. Then that's about it. Long story short.
Awesome.
Well, I have a business management degree, Vancouver, Canada. 2006. And then, we're working, for a software company, IBM. I was stuck in Mexico for 2 years. My clients were in the United States. Yeah, when the pandemic started.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, it's a big flight. And then, I came to Canada and I work in a retail business. And now I'm here to switch to real estate.
Cool. Yeah, so my background is just, for just over 30 years now. Bought or built, businesses and sold them for that time. So I think there's been 6 businesses total, 3 good, 3 bad. And definitely the traits that I brought, were just understanding the bad and not, not kind of falling down a path when things didn't succeed and then just like leveraging the stuff that did succeed. So we all come from very different backgrounds. I came into real estate scared, I hated it. I bought a brokerage. I didn't like that. So that's why we're here. Yeah, and so for me, the training side has been fun. I used to do a lot of coaching and consulting in my businesses, and that's kind of where it came from. I just watched too many realtors go down the path of trying to follow other realtors, which can be good, but usually ends up in disaster, and then you leave your business upset and frustrated. So when people ask me about mentoring, that's where I'm like, can I follow, can I follow an agent around? I think is probably the worst possible way to try to succeed. So, yeah, so everybody's different background and you can apply different skill sets to what you're doing. And there are no rules. There's no standard SOP for a realtor. We're all completely different and we all bring different things to the table and we all attract different customers. Yeah, and diversity, I think, is just like I'll always push the diverse piece of real estate. Because so many people come in thinking it's a disadvantage, and it's an absolutely huge advantage. So is it?
You and Darren look, what's going on today?
Oh, yeah. All right. So we'll explore this a lot more when we get into the into marketing. But it's really important for you guys to think about how your emotions determine what you do kind of in real estate and how real estate affects your emotions. And in my mind, I don't know why there's 3 here, but I keep doing this.
Oh, that was twice.
For me, there are kind of 2 primary emotions that you guys are trying to overcome, or deal with or leverage. So maybe not just overcome, but the emotion, so the feeling of fear, is overcome by predictability. So this is what we're doing now when we start talking about planning and business planning. We're trying to we're trying to create some essential predictability so you don't have to freak out all the time. Here's where standard practices do come in, and we can reasonably easily help you predict what's going to happen in the future, believe it or not. I think time has shown us this, other realtors have shown us this, but really you can overcome that fear piece through predictability. So if you think you know what could be happening in the future, you'll have a lot easier time than lying in bed freaking out about the possibility of not making money, which will happen to all of you, or if it hasn't happened already. But that fear can be dealt with or minimized by being able to try to predict what's going to happen. And so there's some concepts around the predictability that we'll explore as well. Doubt. This is always an emotion that people have. And doubt is overcome by knowledge. So if you're doubting what to do next, if you're doubting whether you're good at this, you're doubting whether this, any doubts that you might have, that you're feeling, those can be overcome by knowledge. And here's where, if you have your doubts and even fear, like share with us, and we'll share experiences that we've seen. We'll share knowledge that we have that will help you overcome that feeling of doubt. So fear, predictability, doubt is overcome by knowledge. And we're gonna work on those two particular feelings. So I'll just tell you, the combination of doubt and fear is anxiety. So the anxiety is what you have when you can't sleep. So, yeah. So this all starts with you being honest with yourself and opening up, telling yourself why you're doing this. So we're gonna do a little exercise. Everybody has their phone or computer? Okay, we'll do it in a minute. But everybody has a purpose. So we all have a reason why we're in real estate. You have to be very, very clear on this question. This is where everything begins and everything drives from the reason you're doing this. So we're gonna do two things. We're gonna do an exercise on the board here, and then I've posted a Google form link in the Facebook group. I want you guys to fill that out. We'll do that in a minute. But who has access to the Facebook group? Who, or maybe who doesn't? Who doesn't? Who's not in there? Okay.
Have you guys requested to be in it?
Okay, I don't know how
Can you
it
break
works.
it?
I clicked the link,
Yes.
but I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, can you just check and then send those links?
Send it
Yeah.
again.
Or is everybody friends with me? You gotta be friends with me first. Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Friends with them.
Okay, so if you're not in the group, then either friend Tim or I,
Yeah.
and then we can let you in the group.
Was pretty sure me.
No,
Try to, yes.
Yeah, we'll get it done right now.
But you didn't want.
Well, in a minute, yeah. Okay, so why real estate? There's only one primary answer to this, and, you know, we've had this kind of conversation or slash debate before. But it's for the money. I mean, there's no other reason to be in real estate if it isn't for the money. So if you can always keep in mind that that's your number one reason for being in real estate, unless, of course, it isn't. So does anybody have money as not their number one reason?
Sort of, like, yeah, but
You're lying.
I make,
No,
I
but,
do okay
yeah,
currently, and like, probably comparable to some realtors.
Yeah.
But I'm not in control of my time.
hmm,
So, and like, I'm also a mom, and, so that's really frustrating for me. Like, for example, the month of May in the car business kind of sucks.
mhm,
It's
mhm.
usually pretty good, but right now the politics and
Yeah.
there's too much going on in the world. It's kind of been a crap month. So nonetheless, I'm forced to drive to Sherwood Park every day and sit in my office for 9 hours. And whether or not a deal comes in for me, I'm stuck there
Yeah.
and I have no control over where I'm spending my time. As a realtor, if I have a slow day, I can choose, okay, am I gonna spend my time working on my craft and learning, or am I gonna go golfing, or am I gonna take my daughter to the pool, or am I, you know what I mean? It's like, that's kind of the big thing for me. And also, like, I love looking at houses and just like.
So I'll tell you that all drives to money.
It
And none of that
does.
changes with the money.
But if it was only money, I could just keep doing what I'm doing. So you're right, but cause I could just keep climbing the corporate ladder in the car business and make.
But you're gonna need the money to not do that.
Yeah, true, true.
Yeah, so,
You have
But I
to give up
appreciate
one job. I did the same thing. You can.
Oh, I know, but that'll,
Yeah.
yeah.
so, and then we trade our time for money, so exactly that.
Exactly, yes.
Which is the my favorite part of this business. You do trade time for money. The equation's very simple. More time equals more money, better time spent equals more money. So there's lots of, there's lots of things you can do there. But what I want to do is, I want to talk about why you're doing this. And I'm going to, say that money. You joining everyone?
Oh, like money.
Is everybody in?
Zora sent me.
Okay.
a
It should be in there.
Yeah, I was already in. I never checked it though.
Oh, okay, so that's what, okay.
Anybody else in trouble? Henry,
Henry's,
are you in the Facebook group or no?
No,
Okay,
when yesterday I tried, yeah,
you wanna send me a friend request?
okay, sure.
maybe just show everybody there. It says William Agus.
Excellence Academy
Excellence
Framework,
Academy, yeah.
members only.
Members only.
Yeah, that's it. You're in there?
Okay.
Should we start?
I know, don't
Okay.
start yet. Okay, so I wanna go as a group exercise, through the top 5 reasons why you're doing this. And this will just be, I want you to spend some time, you can start the survey. And jot, I think the second question and third question is what the top 5 reasons are for you doing this. So just go to the survey and then jot down the top 5 reasons, and then we'll just.
This one,
circulate-
right?
No,
Did I hear me or no?
Send the link to us.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm supposed to be.
just show,
Okay, yeah, I was.
Just,
just show.
me. Excellent. Some praise.
Okay, thank you.
This, now where is the link,
Last weekend, we did the survey.
No, that's the initial intake questionnaire that you did. The reminder I sent you, so just.
So the Facebook page looks like this.
Oh, yeah, that's different, yes.
I think, yeah, exactly, it's.
Is it?
Oh,
Oh, is it the same?
just request.
Yeah, but where is the link to answer those questions?
Right in the first, the post that I just posted about 3 minutes ago, or. minutes ago. It should be like the most recent.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and it's just a link, yeah.
Hey, Henry, I just sent you an invite to the group.
Sure, thank you.
So we're only supposed to put 4 reasons.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, good call. So, yeah, this is what I, yes, 4 answers,
Shaylin,
you're
helping out.
top one is,
I'm not.
and you don't have to go any further than the top one.
The top half, you can't see the bottom. There's a place called Mobile Clinic. It's like KLINIK. It's great for fixing phones. It's really, really good. They said $500. They did? Oh my goodness. Just get a new phone.
Yeah.
Just get- Okay, so I sent you a invite.
We give it about a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. Henry, do you have a question?
I actually, she invited me, but
Okay.
I didn't get any, so.
Didn't come through. Do we, just like comma in between each?
No, you should be able to.
No.
Oh,
Oh, are you
the
on
top
your,
5 reasons?
just,
Oh,
this
it's.
one? Wait,
Yeah.
okay, sorry.
So just, yeah, you're, sorry, the way it runs right now is the, see,
Okay,
yes,
yeah,
you can just do fonts.
okay.
I hope this was more. Yeah. Don't go any further than that question which says list your top 5 reasons that you want to make money in real estate.
Okay.
Yeah, just 4 and they can be comma so.
You know how to refresh your page?
I remember looking at this from my first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you're on your business.
Wondering what we're doing?
No, my very first one when we had the sheet. Yeah. Yeah, no, not that, no. Not the same reasons.
Just, the next section, other vacuum.
No, are you friends with
Tim,
Tim? Then Tim would have to invite you. Unless you want to add me as a friend.
yeah, please.
Actually, yes. Oh. Thank you.
So you just click on that link and go to the Google Forms,
Yes, sure,
fill out the first couple of options.
sure.
And we'll do more of this Google Form thing, so, being in there is good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yay. Couple more minutes, those will just get in the group. Can just do it without there. But we're gonna go through that. one. I saw some of the, I saw two.
Yeah.
Pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna go around. Which way should I go around? You good? You good to go? You know, you just need 4. Just tell me, what do you have so far?
Freedom, like.
Okay.
The ability to do possible without sacrifice from money.
Perfect, what else?
Reputation,
Yeah.
like. The ability, like, to be seen as someone that's a professional.
Nice.
Instead of just like, someone's job.
Very cool. Very cool. Yes. Okay. Anthony? You want me to come back to you?
Yeah.
Okay, you know?
Be my own boss. I mean, I know, like, obviously, I have a broker to answer to, but
Not really.
kind of run my own business, yeah. I have generational wealth, because I have a big picture plan also, so that's another part of it. Do you want me to keep going?
You need two more, what?
Successional opportunities, I don't know if successional is a word. I think I just made it up in my head.
Sounds great.
For me, I feel like you can build on it, like from,
Let me understand the word,
like as
like
being
succession.
a successful realtor opens certain doors and presents certain opportunities that you can build on to,
Let's take with opportunity. Okay?
yeah. And fulfillment, like
For sure.
enjoying
Okay.
the work that we do.
Read it anyways. Sure.
Number one would be to gain experience.
Yeah.
For me, and then also be in a field that aligns with the degree I'm doing. Considering there are not that many internships.
Okay.
For detailer, people out being wonderful.
Okay.
And then the freedom that I would get as like from doing my own business and then also having my own money.
Okay.
And then.
Gaining knowledge and skills for construction. And then the scalability depending on how much or little work I put in. Control over my time. And just kind of like, I guess this kind of falls into money, but like kind of just keeping the money in the family by being the listing agent for my dad's houses.
Okay, I'm gonna call that generational wealth. I like that. Cool. Yeah. Somebody.
No. I can only add one. Russ Banat said, challenge.
So not that it, yeah, okay. But put them out there if they're, even if they're not.
Well, independence, freedom and time.
Freedom of time.
Yeah.
And it's actually, what, we don't have independence up here,
Oh, okay.
or do we? Some version of it.
Some version.
Loss maybe is,
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's call that independence.
yeah, that's a better way of putting it.
Okay, so time.
That looks like it says step down.
Any of that. You can even read that or adjust. Okay, yeah, I should feel. My better version. All right. Anybody who can talk online? No.
Yeah, Mike said he submitted his to the
Oh,
form.
Okay, cool.
Mike, do you wanna just text me your 4? Oh, no, 5?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I wanna make money, that's the first reason in the day. And then the other one, generational wealth, I wanna build. And my family background, my dad is in this industry, so I have grown up seeing him. So this side of the business always like fascinates me. And when I move here, it's completely different structures of the house, so it's always like I wanna go and see how
Yeah.
they build, so I'm always into like building things, so I wanna learn. And the main thing is I want to be in the investment side.
Man, you guys are hilarious. This is so bizarre. Okay, cool.
Me?
Awesome. Yes.
Okay. To build a better base as an immigrant, and for my next generation. And this is very strange answer, but I really want to work until
Mhm.
I can. Means that until I die. But this is different culture. I am. That is me, so,
Interesting.
yeah, a little bit different, yeah, more free time. And, yeah, better money. And converting current reputation and business skills toward new area. So I think, yeah, that is my purpose.
Very cool.
I like the work forever thing, actually, that I
You
I
understand?
can relate to that, so yeah, you're,
Oh, really?
yeah, well, like, not, I don't have a high stress job forever, but like, I don't think I'll ever retire. Truthfully.
Retire means getting your house, losing your house, so, yeah, I did.
Or.
I knew that.
I could add a couple that we've never had on there.
Yeah.
Loss of sanity and weight gain.
That's what you want. Well,
No, so why?
You're doing it together. Of course you're not. Doing it. Anyway.
So Mike, texted me his, time with family,
Mhm.
serves curiosity. Control of time. Uncapped earning potential to allow him to pay off his mortgage by 45. Sorry, and it, feels awesome to win a negotiation and always learning.
The thrills, he does it for the thrills, I like it.
That's cool. Awesome. Okay, so this is different every time. It's kind of strange, but this is particularly different. So I don't know if it's like where we're at month of year wise or whatever, but so yeah, money is number one. The freedom is typically in there as number 1 or 2. Generational wealth is a new thing to us. Oh, I'm sorry. Please, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Oh, man. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Okay, freedom, you're right.
Yeah, okay.
Family time, big time for me there. Investment opportunities and travel. Travel all over the world.
Okay.
What I want to do.
Okay, so this is interesting. So Grace had travel and time. Those are 2 of the almost always typical top 5, top 4. So this is cool. I mean, and this is what happens, and this is why we're doing this, is for you guys to to start to understand and start to put on paper what's important to you. So the freedom, yes, reputation is new, like brand new to me, so that was pretty cool. And then,
Investment? What do I do?
no, investment's quite common, but is top, yeah, exactly. But what I really liked was
Nice.
weird time and being able to scale your business were two things that were like not in the top four. So, cool. Yeah, I mean, generational wealth is like super interesting. And it's almost like the money part, like if you're going for that, a lot of these things will happen as byproducts of trying to achieve that. So it's awesome. So everybody's different. There's a lot of things that cross over and are the same. Make sure you're honest with yourself, whatever they are. The top, this is what I'd say as an aggregate over the last 5 years. This has been the aggregate kind of results. Number 2, family and lifestyle, which was pretty much on here, a challenge. Number 3, charity has been on a lot.
Slowly fading.
I was just gonna say it's making its way off the list. Actually, it probably is off the list at this point. And then investment, which I would say kind of generational wealth will kind of cover that investment piece as well. So I'd say the only major difference amongst like doing this 150 times now, literally, is the well, even generational wealth, I think is the same. So it's very similar. Okay, so there are, you know, there are different reasons that you have. You should definitely put them on paper, because the subtleties, these are generalized categories on the screen, but the subtleties around like the words generational wealth and the difference between that and investment could be very, very different. Probably are very, very different. So make sure that you know one of the top 4 reasons you're doing this is to generate and provide generational wealth. And that will guide your business in a different way than if you were just thinking about you know, time freedom, or if you were thinking about you know, degree alignment would be somebody different than somebody who's thinking about generational wealth. Perhaps it might be the same person, but everybody's different, and make sure you have that on paper in front of you so you can make some decisions very soon. So I'll leave you guys to finish the survey. But let's just go on and finish up the presentation. Mike writes a novel. Excellent. This is good.
Oh, Osman. Sorry, Osman, I forgot you were on there. Freedom to envision my own style of business and
If you're
investment.
not on camera, we can't see you and we will not pay attention to you.
You know what, I think it,
Oh,
they
you
are.
are on.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't have them expanded. Monica's there too.
Okay, well, sorry we missed you guys. Well, there's a couple
Yeah.
things coming up here. We'll make sure to catch up. So, yeah, let's just make sure. How long it's been. That's huge.
Yeah.
Now I wonder how often people have been on there, not, or, because I do the same thing. All right, anyways, so we talked about predictability being, helping you understand your fear and or overcome your fear. Fear is an emotion that is also a very good driver. Like you can drive yourself to financial freedom or time freedom through harnessing your fears of going back to a job, or harnessing your fears of whatever it is. Fear can definitely be harnessed to achieve objectives as well. I think what fear looks like at the beginning of a real estate career and at the middle and end of a real estate career, completely different looks. So at the beginning, fear looks more like, I don't know what I'm doing. Why did I do this? How did I get myself into this? My spouse or significant other is driving me crazy because this is such a terrible lifestyle. And for those of you who want a lifestyle, I don't know if I should tell you now.
You have to be really careful
Yeah,
about managing your time.
you do have to learn how to manage your time. And if you are able to, I think life can be good, and if you aren't able to, it can be very busy. And there's nothing wrong with busy, nothing wrong with busy if that's what you want to do. But if you're trying to create more time for your family, you just have to be a better planner, be a good planner, and know that that's, this is again, so why are you doing this? If you're doing this for family freedom, awesome, perfect. You just have to manage and develop your business in that way. So that actually, it's a really good example of a priority. If that is your number one priority, then you have to build your business with that in mind. And not forget. So I know that, well, I think I went from 24/7 to 15 hours a week, which was easy peasy for me in real estate. But I think that some people come from maybe a role where they were 9 to 5. And you have the ability to stay that way. You just have to plan your business that way. Then you're gonna give up things in order to get that, but you do have choices that you can make. And not everybody wants to be a 24/7 realtor. I didn't, that's for sure. So but you can manage it better. If you want generational wealth, you probably want to go hard at the beginning. So again, just different ways to manage your business. So have on paper what you expect, why you're doing this, your top, whatever number of reasons, and then that's gonna help you build on all of your business planning.
I don't think you have a time for yourself, but for you.
Yeah.
Oh. Can I share something big with his
course.
scripture?
Yeah.
They say a big congratulations to Tim. Tim just completed his first month as a full-time realtor.
Tim.
I saw that.
It's true.
That's awesome.
Team.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it definitely is and can be that way for sure. But I think we've also seen people pretty successfully do this part-time. Whether they were intending to become full-time or not. But we've had plenty of recruits who's doing like 1 to 2 deals a month and works full-time. So if that's why you're here, then there's nothing wrong with that. There's no wrong answers onto why you're here. It's just you guys need to remember and think about why you're here. Because you can get, like, if you're not here for that reason, and then I think she was probably in that boat where she was going the path of like crossing over between her full-time job and real estate, but full-time job was really good and really secure for her, like a good future pension and things like that. So she had to pull herself back and say, hey, I'm gonna slow down a little bit and focus a little bit more on my job, my family, and a little bit less on real estate, because real estate does play in the future.
And I think, yeah, when we start getting more into this planning too, when we're getting like the business plan,
Yeah.
actually, like you have to realize, like, if you had another job with a pension or different things, like that's part of what you're giving up and you need
Yeah.
to put back in, like, get in your business too, so.
All, and maybe just as a bit of an aside, but in that particular example, her focus was money. And then, so she could support her family in different ways, and her extended family. But she, I think anyways, was pretty aware of where she didn't want to go. And she did want to remain, her job was her job, and that she decided was the way to kind of make a living and move forward, and then real estate supplemented that. So was people in this office who are maybe assistants who are also selling real estate, but are happy to get 2 deals a year because it supplements their income. So there's that. I think even Shailen, like maybe that was the initial like push for you, was to do like a little bit.
Yeah,
And then it
like I
came.
started off as a licensed assistant,
Yeah.
just because our kids were younger, I didn't have the time. I knew it was like a big cost getting into the industry, so I actually wanted someone to pay me to
Yeah,
learn
yeah.
instead of
Totally.
me paying to learn. And then, yeah. And then I
Yeah,
just
I think-
decided to make the jump to get my license, and yeah, you have a minimum of like at least like one a month.
Yeah.
When you start, right?
Yeah.
Pay those and whatever, but ideally you want 2 or more a month. For sure. To make it worth it.
So I'll talk about, I'll talk this, when we're talking about planning, I'll talk about things a little bit different than what you're probably used to if you've come from a corporate job or in general when you're thinking. So in real estate today, you guys have no idea what will happen or how it will happen. Not everybody, but anybody who's fairly new will not know what will happen or how it will happen. So when we talk about goals, I feel like we're talking about goals in the sense of, our previous lives. We knew how to set goals. We knew what the trends were. We knew what the common results were. We could set a goal and go for it. I think with real estate at the beginning, what I prefer you guys to think about is set expectations. So an expectations is an assumption that things will happen, and it's only an assumption. So you don't have to be heartbroken when you don't meet a goal of a certain something. Expectations can always be pivoted, altered, changed, and it allows you to go along the course of gaining success with one expectation at a time, and then cross that or change that, and then you just kind of continue to move forward. Where a goal is, I guess it's important, but if you don't know how you get to a goal, it's going to be very frustrating. So again, just that predictability piece, if you don't know where you're going to go, it's going to be frustrating. But if you have an expectation of where you go, if you get there, you're excited. If you don't get there, you're angry. But you then just move it, and you can just kind of set those expectations. So we'll talk about that as a reality too. Financial expectations, these are questions in the, never mind. Right. So what I want you guys to do is inside, let's go through the rest of the form right now. Just complete it best you can. You'll have whatever time you need, and then we'll kind of maybe summarize some of the results. Yeah, let's just do it now. This one's really simple. And this one I always want. So this is the one that I'll go back to and reference, and then the second time you've done it, you'll see the differences in your financial expectations, in your expectations. So if you do it right now, I'll be able to go through it with you. In terms of when you sit down with me, I'll understand what you're trying to get to. We can talk about your expectations, set some targets, that kind of stuff. So just go through that, go through it on the phone.
So do I need to make short term and long term, or?
The questions are on the form. In
Oh,
the
so
form. In the form.
In the
Yeah,
Facebook group?
I'm sorry. In the Facebook group, you click on the first thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so do it now.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Already did it.
You did it.
Yeah, it was the keyboard opened up on top and I was just like. Sorry, I was like, I need to do it.
I did mine too. I don't know, can you pull it up after you hit submit, or do you guys just see it?
Yeah, I think you can go back to it, to be honest. Just go back to the link. It should just go back in.
I didn't see what's an
It makes me
extra form.
wanna start over.
We would just have to press, you could just start over, because if you just did the first page and not the second.
Yeah, you should go to do it again. We're so eager.
I can't leave things half done. Like,
I think you'll have to go back in.
So I wanna see where should I get into.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you get one?
yeah, yeah.
You shows me only what I answered already.
So we've answered all already? Have you answered the whole thing?
No, the first form, yeah.
There's only
I
one
don't
form.
know the whole form.
Okay, sure.
We have like all the questions on them.
Oh, you can, do it on your laptop too.
Yes, yeah, sure,
You
sure.
know how to get on
Yes,
Facebook?
yes. I'll try, yes, thank you.
Everybody online, do you have access to the form on the Facebook group? Yeah,
I'm just
Awesome.
putting like blah, blah, blah.
Osmond?
answers for-
No, I haven't joined yet, but I will join.
Okay, can you send either Tim or myself a friend request? You have to do that and then we can send you a link to join the group.
Okay, sounds good. We'll do that.
Who's it?
Mike. Mike,
Oh.
you see that one?
Yeah, Osmond, just go ahead and ask me to like you, or whatever it's called.
Friend request.
Friend request.
My Facebook is like being stupid and I don't know. So-
Oh, hang on, Osmond, I just saw you already did. I'm going to add you to the group.
I just don't want to go next to work that. My daughter works at the banquet, and she's the bartender. Right on Ryder's Place.
There's so much traffic today. It took me 56 minutes to get here. Oh, ew. Where do you live? I live in the New Farm. It's a 30-minute drive, but it took me 56. All the roads were closed. Oh, it's not construction.
Really?
Turn around, yeah, I went on construction. I went on to 17th Street, it was closed, then I went on to the first of Meridian, and it was also closed, I had to get out, go on to Township Road 510. Go on to 50th Street and 10. This is why I don't like driving.
Osmond, I just sent you a link via text.
But you're sitting closer to them. Right in the middle of the town. That's the worst spot. I can't. sit to copy. That's the problem. My password going super viral.
Yeah, I saw that. It's very cool. Sounds like it.
Yeah. His dad's the one that married us.
Oh, really?
His dad. Yeah, now my brother wants me to give the CMA, he's happy. Now he wants me to find an acreage. I'm like, okay. I will go sell. Building families.
Remember how many companies? Oh, no.
That was
That was different.
That was awesome.
At least you went to the other doors.
I'm just like, I got this figured out, don't worry.
Good.
Just these two
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah. What is this? Nice day. It's a storm. Very close to storming up that.
Yeah.
No.
It's no more, my plants are gonna give up.
All my, not my, but our bell pepper plants all flew away.
No way. Like, they're like, no more.
We did, I don't think I put them in the ground cover the other. It's just
Not deep enough.
I was driving.
$200 drain.
I was driving, I was thinking my wheelchair was gonna break.
Out of the dirt.
Is everybody done the form?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you definitely did not have them.
I did not have to do the thing, and then.
But my first,
I live on an acre, so we don't have that many trees, we're still putting trees up, so there's like.
Yeah.
No bunch.
So I won't,
No, we break.
sure. I won't share, like the results of like who wants to make what money or whatever, but we will talk a little bit about it. Nothing is unreasonable, by the way. There are no unreasonable answers, period. But the second, no, not but, the second time around, they might change, and by the third and by the fourth time around, you'll have like those numbers phoned in a little bit. Am I right?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I know
So-
what my number was the first time.
Some are low, some are low. I think yours might have been low too.
It was low.
Yeah, I don't know, anyways, whatever it is, I'll have a look at, just after this. But we're really gonna talk next time, we're gonna focus really hard on activity tracking, so I'll give you a preview of activity tracking.
The sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have to update my sheet. I forgot to update my sheet.
Okay, so, the one absolute in this world, and this world more than any other business I know of. Yeah, literally any other business that I've helped with or consulted with or just been involved in any way. Real estate is a business of trading your time for money. So does that make sense to everybody? So literally taking 2 hours of your time and trying to get $10,000 in results. Okay? So it's time versus money. No matter why you're here, the activity is the reality and the activity gets you here. Okay? So your time spent equals money. So the time. Very bad. Anyways, that's like. 4 o'clock, all right. 4:10. Yeah, so I mean, we're quite simply trading time for money. Now, the better you trade that time for money, the better off you are. So if you just change the variable of quality of time to productivity of time, and it goes up, hopefully the money goes up. And if you get to the generational wealth stage or the the large scale investment opportunity stage, you're going to be doing extremely high return activities for high return money. Right? The reality is productivity, low productivity time for money. And you want to change that scale over time, okay? But the only way you're gonna understand what you have to do to get to what you want to achieve and your actual expectations. So these are expectations. You expect to make money. You expect to have freedom. You expect to develop your reputation. You expect to have generational wealth. These aren't goals, they're expectations at this stage. You don't know what it takes to get that done yet. The only thing in my mind that you can do, and I would say 120, so maybe 3%, 1% is in this room. Tina and a couple other people use this system, but I think everybody at some point wishes they used it. So when you're trading low value activities for money, you need to trade more low value activities for more money. Okay. Then you need to get better and better and better at your activities. So you do better, higher worth activities to get more money. So the only way, this drives me insane. How can you you definitely can't set goals yet. So that's just a non-starter. But how can you set your expectations if you don't know what you're going to do? Okay. There are 24 hours in the day. Measuring your time is okay, but what you need to measure is your actually activity that you put in to get the time or to get the money. So for me, this activity tracking sheet, it's at the beginning of every month. It's posted in the group. Anybody's welcome to use it. Backs me up when people don't use it, but whatever. This activity tracking sheet will literally tell you exactly what you have to do to make $10. It will show you exactly what you have to do to make $1,000. This is activity tracking sheet that I've done for 7 years, every month, without fail, to determine how much I'm going to make in 90 days. This is accurate to within the $1,000. It's like super accurate. So I can count up my ticks for, so what it is a tick box.
Yes.
So it's a tick box of activities, and then I have a spreadsheet that shows when every dollar goes into my bank account. And then all I do is add up all the activities, for a month and determine what my activity dollar, or like how many activities to make a dollar. So I know that every one of these ticks represents whatever, $100, right? So if I can do 2,000 ticks, 20 grand in revenue, 2,000 in revenue, whatever, however you want to measure it, you'll eventually, after a month or 2 months, with money going into your bank account, you'll be able to estimate what your revenue per activity is. Then, early on, you can start setting some expectations. You can start saying, hey, I'm gonna get better at this, or I'm gonna do more of the activities to make more money. And you can get better at that. And then over time, you can establish what you can actually do, and then you can set goals, and then you can put together a budget, because you need to be able to say, yes, I can do 2,000 activities next month. Each activity is worth $50. So I've got $10,000, that month for, is that right now? No? What is that? Yeah, 10,000 times, sorry, 100 times 2,000 is $20,000. Sorry.
Can I ask a question? How do you measure the amount of hours or time you spend? You just count activities?
Yeah, time doesn't matter.
Time
Like,
doesn't matter.
I can waste time, right? I can only do activities. So my activities are things like right now, this room, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. I'll have 9 ticks. I suggest not to categorize them. I have, because it's been a long time that I've been doing it. So, excellence coaching, I have 9 ticks for today. And then anybody who calls me, or if we work on something, that's a tick. If in the commercial world, if I have activities, I measure them, and then by the time I have outcomes like money deposited into my bank account, that's the only time I measure it, by the way. Money in bank account, I just divide it by how much work I did, or how many activities I did. And your activities can be anything you want: email sent, text sent. Mine are calls made or meetings. So I need to have 2,000 calls per month. Sorry, 2,000 calls / meetings / presenting / coaching. That's how I kind of categorize. But you can measure whatever you want, as long as you're consistent, and you can have that ratio between sales and activity. Then you can start to predict how many activities you have to do. And I would suggest that if you start counting your ticks, start with $5. So that's, if I would say that about $7.50, I think, is probably the average dollar per tick for somebody starting out. And that should be your expectation. So if you do 1,000 ticks, $7,500, right? You do 2,000, maybe 15. So it's that easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my activity tracking last year, I was very close to the 425. Now my last one I just did was 12. So I worked, every activity I was doing was $12, and now it's working out to about 13.
Yeah.
But it's tracking, before I was just scattergun, it's getting a little more focused. And with that, it does show me what's working.
I'm trying to build an app, by the way.
I just like to think
I've just posted today on Upwork what I want.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we'll see. But
Are you gonna share that form?
it's always in the group.
Oh, sorry.
I posted.
No, the form.
Yeah, it's always in there. Yeah.
Paste it. Paste.
That's a really good question.
School or
It
Facebook?
might not be in Facebook for me. Yeah.
What, activity
Yeah,
tracking?
in Facebook. It's in school.
In school.
Activity tracking?
School. In school.
I'll post it in Facebook though, because I think I can.
Because we're not using school anymore.
Okay.
It's just it's too hard for engagement. Anyways, okay. Yeah, so then when like June comes, generally on June, I'll try to be June 1st or before, I'll post it in there as well. But I would suggest, like, if you're gonna track your activities, don't categorize them. And categorize them a year in. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just money in your bank account versus activities that you do. And then over time, yeah, you'll probably categorize them a little bit. But I would only categorize them on lines of business, like lines of business that you make money. So maybe commercial, residential. Measure those two things. And then eventually you'll be able to see if commercial pays you more, residential pays you more per activity. So yeah, commercial might put more in your pocket, but did it take more or less activities? That's, I think, how you can start to look at it. But we'll dig into this in a big way. But I will say that it blows my mind at how few people use it, because it's dead fascinating.
You're first.
It's disgustingly accurate.
Yeah, and if you have fear and you're not sure how to forecast or how to set your expectations, set some predictability, I don't feel bad for you. I really don't. I'm sorry. I've got a tool that I give you that can predict what you're gonna need, so. However, it does take 90 days to get that activity tracking sorted out. And then it usually takes the 90 days, you hopefully get paid within that 90 days, so it's not something that's an instant gratification. I'm guessing that's why people don't use it. My challenge used to be to use it for 90 days, which is the time that they say establishes habit.
And you have to be consistent.
Yeah, you just have to do it, like,
And hold yourself.
yeah. So for me, if we can build an app somehow, it will have like